Welcome to this video on eBay. We'll explore a unique marketplace that never owned a single item, but where the value of goods flowing through the platform is 7 times its revenue. We'll examine why this model works, the economics behind it, and the potential risks. Our guiding question for this video is simple. If the gross merchandise value, or GMV, is many times the revenue, what does eBay actually sell? And what happens when that value is provided more cheaply by other business models? 3 facts establish our context. First, the first item sold on AuctionWeb in 1995 was a broken laser pointer. Second, eBay solved the economic problem of long-tail liquidity. Third, it addressed the challenge of price discovery for goods with no fixed list price. This video connects eBay's business decisions to core e-commerce concepts. We aim to understand how digital commerce succeeds when the customer journey, operating model, and value capture work together seamlessly. We break eBay's model into 3 parts: value creation through matching supply and demand, value delivery using tools like reputation systems, and value capture through various platform fees. These components are interdependent. Weaknesses in one can undermine the entire system. eBay's operating mechanism is a feedback loop. More sellers lead to a deeper catalog, which attracts more buyers, increasing the probability of a sale, which then draws in more sellers. This relies on immaterial layers of liquidity rather than physical infrastructure. eBay's market position is protected by barriers. Second-hand supply must remain dispersed, buyers must value authentication, and niche enthusiast categories must remain popular. These factors create defenses that rivals cannot easily replicate. Looking at the data, we see GMV and net revenue figures that help us understand the scale of the business. However, a large number alone does not guarantee a strong model. We must look at the patterns across these metrics. By analyzing take rates, the percentage of GMV that becomes revenue, we can see how eBay's economics have shifted. This calculation helps reveal the true drivers of revenue and the sensitivity of the business model to changes in fees. It is important to remember that measurement is not causality. Many figures presented are estimates or based on illustrative assumptions. We must be cautious, especially when considering how sensitive the model is to potential fee increases. Every advantage carries risk. Whether it's network effects running in reverse or limits on seller tolerance for fees, we must identify early warning signals. A strong critique doesn't just list threats, it defines how to measure when they occur. The stability of the eBay model relies on the critical assumption that network effects will continue to work in its favor. We identify specific falsification signals, such as declining listings from professional sellers, that would suggest this assumption is failing. When considering transferring the eBay model to the Vietnamese market, we must look at local conditions like current buying habits, the existing trust infrastructure, and payment methods. Success depends on adapting the approach to fit these realities. We recommend applying the core mechanisms of eBay while adapting the form. For example, while reputation systems transfer well, centralized vaulting may need to be replaced with regional inspection points in a market like Vietnam. In conclusion, 3 lessons remain. Marketplaces sell liquidity, GMV and revenue tell different stories, and trust between strangers is essential infrastructure. These lessons are vital for any business model, providing a foundation for strategic decision-making. Now, we reach the final management decision. The team must prioritize the concept that eBay sells liquidity, not goods. We must test this against current case risks and specific conditions in Vietnam to see if the model holds or requires modification. Finally, here are the references and data sources that informed our analysis. We encourage you to trace these claims and explore these academic and industry resources further to develop your own understanding of platform economics.